Okay, so here's the latest one. We're at Keighley today. This is Cougar Park, Rugby League Stadium, but also home of Eccleshill football team who play here as well. So we'll have a little whiz round. So it's by its nature a rugby league ground. You see all the Keighley Cougars stuff there, and they were very much at the forefront of the time when rugby league started using nicknames. Danny Jones there is unfortunately a gentleman who passed away very suddenly, one of their players. So, you know, nice to see a bit of something to remember that gentleman by. And they were at the forefront of when teams started getting nicknames and Cougars and Rhinos and all this type of stuff, and they were very innovative in the way they sort of marketed themselves. Unfortunately, they've sort of maybe lost a bit of momentum and they've sort of slipped down the leagues a bit, but which was a shame, because at one point I think the town was kind of buzzing a little bit with it all. But so if we're going to get around this way, we can sort of, hopefully nobody will say anything. We'll do a 360. So like open-ended terrace here, obviously. Quite an old ground, as you can see. I mean, there's a lot of character in these places, but when you compare them to a modern stadium, it's obviously a very different environment. I mean, for football at this level, this is unprecedented to sort of be playing somewhere like this, really. I mean, obviously I've done a lot of other videos and they're very different setups, so it's nice for the football lads, I guess. But I guess as a professional rugby stadium, if you were to compare this to your St Helens and your Leeds and your Hull and Wigan and so on, obviously it don't compare fantastically well, but there's still a lot of character in these places, and I think in the modern days of your soulless stadiums, it is nice to see one-off grounds with a bit of character, and so you got obvious, you know, and a bit of history behind them as well. So you can see obviously here old style terracing, which you don't see so much of anymore. We're gonna just duck under here. Again, no roof here, which isn't great in winter, but it is what it is. This is on like an industrial estate, this ground in Keighley, which is sort of a few miles past Bradford. There you get not far from the Bronte country, actually. Very nice countryside and sort of windswept moors and all that kind of thing. Again, I guess that's the main grandstand there. Covered standing, open terracing. Pitch looks in okay nick. Have a little look up here, see what we can see. obviously a local cricket pitch by the looks of it. Bit of junk and storage here, as you can see. So we're just coming back again. This would have been getting very old, and it's like the dressing rooms there. So obviously their colours are green and red. Again, all old wooden stuff, you just really don't see anything like this anymore. Obviously the stand named after Danny Jones as well. You know, you really is a nice thing to see actually, this, because these types of stands are not many around anymore in professional sport. You know, wooden benching basically for people to sit on. There's the subs benches and what have you. A little walk up here, so you see these are actually wooden. So again we'll have another little, sorry, we're just coming back to where we started now. So there's a clubhouse. What's the ground from here? Again from there, teas and coffees. And then we're back where we started basically. That's the entrance where you come in off the street, which is a industrial estate. So there's Cougar Park, Keighley Cougars, Eccleshill. Hope you enjoyed it. Everyone is welcome here. Not a bad message to end on. Cheers.